Let's take a look at our piece Dragon Hunter, measures 28 through 32. We have a combination of quarter notes and eighth notes. We need to make sure that our quarter notes are long and that our eighth notes are short but not rushed. Go ahead, take a look at the passage, and I'll play it for you one time at tempo. Here's 112 BPM, our tempo. One, two, 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice. It's a fun piece. All right, so let's break it down. First thing we need to do is make sure our quarter notes are long and our eighth notes are short on 28. So we're employing that same technique we learned in the last video, where we play fully on the quarter, and on the eighth note we allow our hand to come off a little bit. I'm not scrubbing the string, I'm playing short. It's almost like a hop or a skip on the string. Next thing is our transition between the D and the G string, making sure that's smooth on measure 29. Why don't we try looping measure 29 together? Let's make sure our eighth notes are short and we're transitioning to the G smoothly. 29, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now, on 30, we come up to the G string and land on B. Let's try that. We're just gonna loop bar 30. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And now here is the more difficult part, transitioning from that B to the C sharp. Now we spent a lot of time in the last video understanding how that transition works. So here's another chance to practice it. We have to play, this time, an up bow on B. And while playing that up bow, we need to transition to our C sharp with our second finger, like this. So that we're in time for the next beat. Now the key is, as we discussed in the last video, not to let go of our string. We have to keep the string held down while we slide. Why don't we try that? We'll do 4 notes on B, just like before, and 4 notes on C sharp. And we'll use those 4 notes to transition. The difference is this time we're starting up bow on B and down bow on C sharp. Let's try that. 1, 2, 3, 4. B, 3, 4, C sharp. 1, 2, 3, 4, C sharp. 2, 3, 4. B, 2, 3, 4, C sharp. 2, 3, 4. B, 2, 3, 4, C sharp. 2, 3, 4. Nice. Now, immediately after the C sharp, we have an A on the G string. That means we need to slide down from a down bow on the C sharp to an A first position on the G string. So it's the same exact thing as the B to C sharp, but now we're covering more distance. So we still need to hold down our string, but we need to move more quickly to land on that C sharp without letting go of the string. So we'll start with a down bow on the C sharp, 4 beats each, 4 beats C sharp, 4 beats A, and we'll use those 4 beats to transition. Let's try it. 1, 2, 3, 4. C sharp. 2, 3, 4, A. 2, 3, 4. C sharp. 2, 3, 4, A. 2, 3, 4. C sharp. 2, 3, 4, A. 2, 3, 4. C sharp. 2, 3, 4, A. 2, 3, 4. So let's do the same thing, C sharp to A, but this time we're only going to do 2 beats each, and we'll have to move a little faster. Starting C sharp down bow. 1, 2, 3, 4. C sharp, 2, A, 2, 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 C sharp, 2, A, 2. Good. Now we're going to slow down the tempo a little bit, but we're only going to have a quarter note on each one. C sharp, A, C sharp, A, C sharp, A. Let's slow it down a little bit. 1 and 2 and down, bow. C sharp, A, 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 C sharp, A. So that's what we're going to be having to do. B, C sharp, A, B. Check it out from bar 30 to 31. We will play in slow motion the 2 B quarter notes. So down bow, down bow. Down bow, up bow. C sharp, A, B. We're going to play that whole passage now in slow motion. Quarter note each. 4th finger on B, starting down bow. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Let's do it once more for good luck. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Nice. Now the difficult part is going to be playing it at tempo. B, B, C sharp, A, B. Get ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Finally, at tempo. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2. Nice. Let's put it all together. 28 through 31. Oh, sorry, 32. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice. Take as much time as you need to review that and practice it. But now let's move on to bars 35 through 56. Even though these measures don't have anything that's specifically very difficult, what is hard about it is keeping the tempo with so many rests, and also while playing pizzicato and holding your bow. So let's take a look at that second one first. If you're a French bow player, you're gonna basically want to switch to a position where you can hold the bow and play pizzicato easily. So this is our typical French bow. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull my thumb in. So let me turn a little more so you can see. I'm going to pull my thumb in and wrap it around. So I'll do that again. Here's our French bow. I'm going to pull my thumb in, and notice my fingers are now holding the bow. And then I can wrap around. This lets me use two fingers to play the strings without hitting the instrument with my bow. If you're a German bow player, you're just gonna move your hand just enough to let you come around. It's really about grabbing that inner stick. And that way you can play your string without hitting the instrument with your bow. As opposed to, let's say, trying to do like this, right? So grab that inner stick, let it fall, reach around, and play with your finger. Either way, a lot of this passage, like we said, is pizzicato. Now, your role when you're playing pizzicato is really to be absolutely in time, because it's a very clear attack. It's a very articulate sound, blah, blah, as opposed to the bow, which is swah, 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 and a little more spread out over time. So as a section, you really have to make sure you're listening to each other, and you have to make sure that you're tapping your foot to the beat so that you're feeling all those rests and you're not getting ahead of yourself. So let's go ahead and try this passage. Let's start at 36, actually. And we're gonna try this at a slow tempo with our metronome. I highly recommend that you always practice with the metronome, as over time, it'll make your sense of rhythm and time a lot better. Right now, my metronome is gonna be set at 90, so we have time to think, time to make mistakes, and recover from them. 36. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rest. Rest. 1, 2. Rest. Keep your foot tapping. Rest. 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 Forte. Piano. Rest, rest, rest. And let's stop there. Good, so some additional challenges you might have noticed were the dynamics and also switching back into our bow hold, right? So with our dynamics, it's very easy to play piano while we're holding our bow. We just have to be gentle. But playing forte can be a little more difficult. So I'll get close to the camera to show you again that if you're using your French bow, what you want to do when you're playing forte is try to put two fingers, any two fingers on the string, and instead of pulling out and gently, as we do when we play pizzicato, I'm gonna grab the string and I'm gonna pull it towards the next one, and it's gonna snap. On the G string, I'll demonstrate. I pull towards the D string and I release. On the D string, A string, and E string, you kind of have to just pull out into space. But that gives you a lot more strength as opposed to this outward motion without getting that snap, which is a little too much. I'm constantly landing on the next string so that I can really use my arm force. Oh, the other thing is switching back to our bow hold from pizzicato. So for a French bow, you'll be here holding your bow. And to switch back to arco, you're going to take your thumb back around and set it back in that little spot. Let me show you. Back in that little spot. Once it's there, you have control to flip the bow. So once again, I'll show you. Take your thumb around, put it in that spot, and then you have the strength to pivot it. There you go. For German bow, once we're in this position, ready to play, once again, you just have to hold on to that stick between your thumb and index finger, and that's going to allow you to get back into position. So here's playing the German, pizzicato, grab the stick, and reaccommodate your hands so they're in their new position. We're going to do that one last time at tempo, 112 BPM. And this time we're going to start at 35 so that we can practice switching from arco in measure 35 to pizzicato bow hold at measure 36. So get ready, measure 35 through 56. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Switch. Rest, rest, rest. Rest, rest. Forte. Rest. Rest, rest, rest. So once again, there's nothing too technically difficult there, but making sure you're ready for the notes is going to make a whole lot of difference in the orchestra. Okay, that's all for Dragon Hunter, so I'll see you on the next tune. Bye.